This is somebody sent you.
Yeah, Partying Guy Dave. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you 24 yet?
24yep.com.
SCX24 for life.
Please subscribe.
What's up, boys, and welcome to the video. As I've said before, I don't plan on filming too many SCX30 videos unless something like super unique or cool or just something that interests me pops up. I have a video on my Cozy Coupe SCX30. This was my build. I have a video on my Texoma SCX30. This was also my build. And today we're looking at an SCX30 built by Partying Guy Dave. For obvious reasons, it's Partying Guy Dave. Just like his 24s, there's a lot of unique stuff done with this. And also, I think this is a pretty simple budget build. Simple but not simple. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, but at the same time, it's fairly simple and cheap to try and replicate this. And I think we'll just start with the suspension. If you watched my Texoma SCX30 build, you know that I have no shocks and I have rubber bands for the suspension. I got that idea from Partying Guy Dave. Instead of shocks, he's using rubber bands. So in the front here, he just has like one single band. It's not like it's looped around or anything. It's just a rubber band that's cut, and it's one little strand in there, which gives it a ton of room for the front to like drop down like this. In comparison to this Endura setup, you can see the front doesn't really move that much. So I think with it being able to drop out that much, I think that might help us like pull up and over stuff easier. I don't know. Keep in mind, I have no idea what I'm talking about. The rear suspension is also a ton of rubber bands all snaked in and around there. He said if it feels too tight to just go ahead and like pull one off, which I'll show with the body off here in a minute. But as far as the flex goes, there's the rear, there's the front. Rear wheels are 3D printed. These are Endura XHX pin tires. And then the front wheels are the metal Endura wheels with Endura cling-on tires, and they've been heavily trimmed, as you can see. And then both the front and rear have foam inserts in them. Much like his Haggard Gecko build, he took the rear links, and instead of mounting them in the middle here, like where they normally go, they are moved back a little bit to this position here. So that extends the wheelbase a little bit and also gives a little bit of extra clearance. And then of course he has the skid plate very dremeled down for more clearance. The rear axle is just stock with a underdrive gear. The front axle is the stock axle housing, but it's been chopped right here like you would do with a SCX24 axle to give it more clearance. Brass knuckles. Just looking in here at the axle shafts, I'm pretty sure these are just the stock axle shafts. And then with that housing cut, you get more room for steering. Little flower slider on the front here. This is just like a piece of cardboard that comes stuck in with the flower to let you know what the flower is. He has it just glued to the steering link. And then he has two weights glued to the top of the axle. You can kind of see a little cylinder right there and right there on each side. Those are just like a little weight, and they're glued right to the axle. Endura servo. I guess I can take the body off at this point. Okay, Endura servo. Battery lays in the normal spot, but he just has a rubber band holding it down. The rear suspension situation, there's a block of foam here. And as I mentioned earlier, there's rubber bands just kind of going all over the place. But it is easy to unhook one little loop here on each side if I feel like it's too tight. But right now, as you can see when I lift the back up, it doesn't really move at all, which might be completely fine. We'll try it like this and adjust it if I feel like we need to. And then the front setup, single rubber band like I had shown. There's a little piece of foam underneath there. The front of the chassis is very much hacked apart, as you can see. And then he just has a screw threaded in there with holding the rubber band. For the upper links in the rear, so since the lower links are now in the upper link position, it looks like he just threaded these right into the chassis rail. So right here is an upper link, kind of hard to see. There we go, that shows it a bit better. So right here, he just threaded it right into the chassis rail. I'm assuming this is a Mofo motor, And that's annoying. I just realized this wire pulled off of there, so I'm going to have to solder that back on. Stock ESC, stock remote, so it'll probably have the whiny noise. Sorry about that. And then he also swapped the gear in the transmission with a stock SCX24 gear. I think that's everything. So as I said in the beginning, this is kind of simple because it's not like a ton of aftermarket parts happening here. And I think it's a pretty good budget build if you're wanting to do a budget. The front feels very heavy. Actually, I'm pretty sure I weighed this before and it was the exact same as my Texoma build, like a 65 front. Anyways, I'm gonna fix this wire. That's annoying. We'll weigh it and then go test it. Shout out Nacho Kosher Scales. This is with the battery installed. Huge front weight, 66. 146 total. Daggone thing. Alright boys, as always, no idea what I filmed last. However, my friend Keith, the one that I built the stainless 24 truck for, he just texted me and asked if I wanted to go crawling. Now, this is a guy that has never been into RCs before, never done anything with RCs before, so extremely cool to get a message from him asking if I want to go crawling. So I have Dave's 30 packed up, as well as a couple other trucks, going to a place called Hammond Rocks, and yeah, I'll see you guys there. Sure you did it.
I did.
You just happened to do it when I walk away.
First try I did.
Yep, as soon as I walked away.
There you go.
Nice, dude. Good job. What about dropping off of it over here?
Got you.
Nice and slow. Oh, nice. I would just floor it and hope for the best.
There you go.
Nice.
I got it.
Good job. I was turning the camera on. What happened?
I did a perfect flip and landed here on its feet.
Nice. This is such a cool spot with like huge rocks on both sides.
Yeah.
Just found another modification I didn't even realize. So I pulled off Partying Guy Dave's front wheels and tires. I was going to swap them with my Texoma truck. I'm not really having good luck with his tires. And he has double bearings on here. So like the knuckle already has its bearing in it, but then there's the separate one here that I guess acts as a way to widen it. Pretty cool. Dude, no way. Dude, so good. I think that's a perfect example of the front shocks or the front bands like letting down. Let me see if I can get it to do it again. Yeah, like right there. The front, it's like stuck on the skid plate, and then the front completely lets out. That's what pulled us up over it. Wait, where am I filming at? Right there. There's a little lizard.
I might be limited.
Can you step over the log?
I don't know. I don't know if I can with this thing. If I settle it.
Well, let's not get stuck. We don't have to keep going this way. We can turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Man.
New technique.
You just have to, yeah, you have to find new techniques.
Yeah. You have to find the right line.
Nope.
This is perfect. I'll just film every time you struggle walking. So we have a pathway this way that he can't get up through. And then we have a pathway here that he can't get up and over. So
You can't get up here, can you?
with my truck?
Yeah.
Might be able to. I was more so looking for where you could walk at.
Yeah, I know. I guess.
Are we turning around here?
I don't know. I can't get up over that.
Okay. Do we have to come back up it? Because you might get stuck down there.
I don't know. I see a trail down there.
Well, I don't know where the trail goes. Okay, I guess we're going down. Yes. Oh. Are you able to get it even if you get up like that?
There we go.
Oh, oh.
Oh, but. Just slow and steady like a crawler.
That'd be cool to find a spot where you drive to and then you like bridge the gap for me.
Yeah.
And I drive over you.
You think you could drive over me with that one?
I'm sure if you were positioned right, might take a few tries. Here, see if you can park. I keep flipping over right here. See if you can park like right here and then turn in like this way to bring yourself closer. Okay, stop there, stop there. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder where all the cameras are. this is somebody sent you.
Yeah, Partying Guy Dave. He's one of the popular builders that we have.
Always go down here. It might be dead.
Alright boys, had a very good day with Keith. And final thoughts on Dave's SCX30. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, Orange Crawlers, that's the brand of the Lynx. Orange Crawlers. Anyways, final thoughts on Dave's 30. Like I had said before, I don't really have much to compare this to because I've only driven probably less than 10 SCX30s. But with that being said, it seems really good. I had an awful time with these front tires getting them to grip, but once I swapped over to the ones that I used on my truck, we were good to go. The rear bands, I did not move at all. I just kind of left it tight like this, and it seemed to work fine. I didn't feel like I needed to move anything around. I'm sure that ESC beeping whine is going to be extra bad on camera. Sorry about that. I don't really know what to say about this thing. I think this is a very good, cheap, capable budget build. Not many aftermarket parts used on this, combined with a handful of DIY mods, gives you a fairly cheap, capable SCX30. I think this is cool. I think this worked very well. And I definitely think the massive front weight with these 30s helps. Like the 66% front weight. Same with my Texoma 30. I have 65 or 66, I can't remember. I think 65 for my Texoma rig. But either way, I found best results with my 30 with having a lot of front weight like that. Anyways, that's all for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. Partying Guy Dave. As always, thank you to you too. Boost!